Hi,
my name is Gina. I'm the founder of Beam Wellness. I invented the first red light therapy blanket, and I just moved to Austin, so I'm excited to see what Capital Factory has to offer.
I want your red light blanket.
I want one too.
Okay.
I'm Ashley. I have a short-term rental investment company. We use it to message guests.
Cool.
My name is Drew. I'm starting a high-level white label SaaS agency.
Cool.
Hi, I'm Sam. I run a brand strategy and marketing copy agency for executives and business owners on social media.
Okay, got it.
I'm the CEO of Motion Vibe. We are the next generation operating system for health and wellness.
Okay,
Next.
cool. And apparently it's now 7 o'clock and we're streaming.
So this is a live streamed event, and it does go on the YouTube channel. So I'm going to read this fast so we get through it. Welcome to the Marketing Automation and Meetup group. We're thrilled that you're here tonight. Before we dive in, I want to give a shout out to my co-host Fernando. He's in Mexico right now. Now let's handle a few housekeeping items for the Capital Factory. The meetup runs from 6:30 to 8:30, and from 7 to 7:45 we have a Q&A. But it's flexible, and then we have a hard stop at 8:30, and we have to leave the room. So I want to give a massive thank you to our sponsor, Capital Factory, for giving us this wonderful room for free. And if anybody's interested in becoming a member of the Capital Factory, which is the Center for Entrepreneurship in Austin, see Elijah Singer, our liaison. He's outside. And if anybody needs a parking voucher for discount, I have them here. What else? Check out the Capital Factory website. And so now let's get to our speaker. It's my pleasure to introduce the marketing gunslinger of AI and market research, Elizabeth Quintanilla. Elizabeth will guide us through AI and the art of competition and how to leverage the tools to predict and win at the game of business chess using AI and marketing. In this dynamic session, Elizabeth will reveal the transformative power of AI in crafting winning marketing strategies. She's going to dive into successful case studies, she's going to show you campaigns, and she's going to show you how to do practical applications and personalizing customer experiences. She'll show you how to identify new market opportunities and streamline customer segmentation. You'll also explore the latest AI-driven tools and technologies shaping the future of marketing. Without further ado, let's give a warm welcome to my friend, Elizabeth Quintanilla.
And we're going to do very topical because I got to do all of this in 45 minutes. And based on your introductions, raise your hands if you are an analytics expert. Just go ahead. If you're an analytics expert, raise your hands. High. I want them high. Okay, therefore, those three guys, if you want to go a deep dive on analytics, see these people. Who are our expert coders in the room? See, we got the expert coders in the room here. So because my background, to be honest, I originally started in engineering. I was an aerospace engineer for several years prior to an MBA. Basically, aerospace engineers think in systems. So my specialty is really figuring out the systems level thinking and then filling in the gaps as best as I can. Because there's people who specialize in copywriting. Raise your hands. Awesome, we have a couple of experts here. So being, an expert in systems, but a master of systems, but an expert in nothing is kind of where I'm always learning something new every day. I actually also subscribe to about 100 AI newsletters, of which I can gather and sparse, and I try to get the top level information and then figure out what it is. So out of the 100 newsletters, I probably peruse through 20 or 30 of them at least weekly. So I have a giant folder, yes.
You can use AI to give the summation, to give the synopsis of all those 100 AI newsletters, right?
Exactly. And they all have a URL. So we will be creating some apps on this. But yeah, so essentially, well, you can say I'm a very good salesperson because I am very good at the English tongue and trying to get everybody into a room here because no one would come into AI and systems thinking for marketing, right? That's like kind of wah, wah, wah. So even if AI generates a title, I try to figure out, what's that line for it? So you'll see it in this presentation, a lot of improv here and some of my comedy. And so this is where we're going in with this. This presentation was actually generated with AI. And adapted. Because I decided, what the heck? I have an idea of what I'm presenting here. And it came up with some of this. I actually eliminated a heck of a lot of information. But just in part of this, we're going to take some time off and you're going to say, hey, raise your hand if I want to see the example of this and how when I break up to things. But I just wanted to say what it is. So here's our agenda, AI and marketing, some insights generated by AI, and how we use it to streamline efforts. AI is actually built in and being incorporated into our tools and every day, because who saw the announcement about ChatGPT and iPhones?
I didn't. No.
Yeah, we're getting ChatGPT built into our iPhones now.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So you don't have to have that app. So it's coming, and it's also, if you ever, how many of us have been playing with the Meta feature because we're doom scrolling at 11 p.m. and really can't write? How many of us use that little feature, Meta, help me write something? It's now there, so all of us who have to do social media management for people, they have an easy button for us in our engagement metrics. So, personalizing the customer experiences. Personalization started with marketing where it says hello, first name. Now we can get some AI and figure out some things because you can actually incorporate it into your CRM systems. I will not do that part of the presentation, but you can pull in data from your CRM using a variety of zaps to then personalize it. Are they a Longhorn fan? Alabama fan? Oh, wait, they go to Caltech. We'll figure something else out. Maybe they like British comedy, like the Blackadder. So obviously there's a lot of ethics, and ethics is ever changing. And so practical applications, we will jump off and I'll show you some of the tools in there. I do want to say I haven't played as much with the chatbots, so if you're going for a deep dive on chatbots, there are a couple of experts in this room, so raise your hand again. You're chatbot experts? Yeah, I don't care. Raise them proud. You want to get business? I believe in everybody in this room working with each other. Come on, who wants a paycheck? Raise your hands if you're in chatbots. Okay. Thank you. This is a meetup, guys, a network here. Get 5 names. I'm going to pull up the Tom Singer card. Get 5 names before you leave here so you have prospects to follow up with.
That's right.
Yeah. All right, you can put me on the prospect list for the red light blanket.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. So then we're going to go into the analytics and stuff like this. So going in. So how did I get started really into marketing? Honestly, I was way back when IBM had the big layoffs. I wanted to stay in Austin. I didn't want to be, I've been moved. So I just had to adapt or die. And adapting to startups basically meant growth hacking at that time. So what have I been doing since 2009? I've been basically a freelance or subcontract. Some people will be honest and say, oh yeah, I have a W-2. I have 4 different W-2s in a year. Or I can just say, I have 8 1099s. I'm being honest, but this is what I do. So when I'm thinking about, like, how do I expand the brand reach? How can I create a brain tattoo? So that is something that you don't hear in the rhetoric of AI. But ultimately, marketing is how are you memorable? And people forget there's a hack for this, there's a hack for that. We can spend 20 bucks on this, we can show up to this, but I don't really care. I want them to remember me or the product or people I'm serving so that they buy. And they'll look, so if you're in the brand, so let's name some barbecue sauces. Who likes barbecue? Okay. What's your favorite barbecue sauce? Salt Lick, okay, good. That's a good one. Yeah. Can anybody else name a barbecue sauce?
Sweet and Ray's.
Yeah. Another?
The HB one.
Oh, yeah, the HEB. Stubbs. Yeah. Yeah, but when you think about it, when you're going through the grocery aisle, where are all these products? The one we actually have to hunt for is the HEB brand, because you're HEB loyal, because you want that debit card with HEB and get that cash back, you got to buy those HEB products. HEB does have a debit card. If you use their debit card, they will give you cash back, by the way.
Wow.
If you didn't know about that. Oh, yeah. Get those HEB. Forget about the Green Giant. Get the HEB brands of green beans, because when are we eating those canned green beans? Only when the power goes out. Thank you, ERCOT. So, guess what? AI is now embedded into everything that we see here. This is a really old image, but I still love using this image. How many of us noticed about Gemini and turned on Gemini? So Gemini now summarizes the Google findings. It's no longer about showing up as a top 10 link. It's now restructuring your content and copy so that it's relevant in that search, where it gets summarized in Gemini, and then you got a little link button after that so they learn more. So if you're not showing up in that summary, then if you're not showing up under the next 2 or 3 links, correct me if I'm wrong, if I say anything wrong, guys, always correct me, 2 or 3 links, then it's the top 10 link. And then if you're only ranking on page 50, do you think anyone's going to find you or buy from you?
No.
Nobody will find you on page 2.
I know, yeah, exactly. So if you're a local business owner, so how many of us in this room have a location where we do business? I'm totally virtual. I'm a digital nomad. Yeah. So have you guys done your local search optimization? Yeah. You're going to talk to me and get my number later? Because if you're not optimized for local search, you're even missing out on the maps. So obviously, there's everything here. So I can go offline and get YouTube things. We can have blogs and everything there. So I'll make my presentation available, and I will also show you how I made this presentation, which is probably the more interesting thing to do, because tools like, I don't use PowerPoint, but I'm sure it's in PowerPoint too. Prezi, Google Slides, of which I have a plugin to create this presentation, all have these content generators. But in addition to this content generator to create the slides, you can actually go onto ChatGPT and have the slide information created for you and use one of their additional add-on plugins, and it'll take you to yet another cloud-based application to create slides. So, one of the things is, how many of us have daily repeatable tasks? Yes. Well, guess what? There's a Zap for that. How many of us have heard of Zapier? Okay, so this is the first time we're going offline out of the presentation. Because if you haven't figured out, I am just giving you ideas to write down and then try out later to go in and look for more. So that's really my bread and butter and daily jam. Yeah, so here we are. So let's come up with a real example that we have here. So what was your business again, sir?
Restaurants, tacos specifically.
What do you do for taco restaurants?
I sell them. I sell the tacos.
Ooh.
My staff makes them, and so I own a taco shop.
Okay, is it do you have a order form on the website?
I have online ordering. Is that what you mean?
Yeah. So you have online ordering.
Yeah.
And they provide. Yeah.
What's it called?
It's in Pensacola, Florida, so it's
Oh.
kind of a drive. And-
Oh, no. I'm actually, you don't understand. I want your number because I have bad allergies and I heard Pensacola, Florida is a great place to be.
If you like humidity, you'll love it there.
It's okay. I like sailing, so they have great sailing. So, but, all right, so can you take
Not yet.
a email from my online order and put on my MailChimp list as well as find them on Facebook to ask them to like my page. That seems like a practical task, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Let's see what it does. So there you go. I don't even have to be a Zap expert anymore. I just have to open the account. Okay, so it does. Here's my Zap. Sync your online order emails to a MailChimp list. I just assumed you were on MailChimp, not saying that you have to. So anyway, so it takes your order, gives you an inbound email, add update subscriber to your MailChimp list, create a Facebook page post.
So these are steps I would follow to make that happen. That kind of is my
Yes.
guide.
So now you don't have to go manually export from a Google Sheet, though you could also take those emails, import them into a Google Sheet, and then see what they are. Also, another way of showing up is we can also create from those emails, you know, now that I know I have that, I can go into Google Ads, upload my customer list, and do targeted ads so they receive all of the tacos, because there's got to be a special taco from Pensacola.
Unfortunately, I don't think so. We just keep it simple. We make, just a basic taco, because that was hard to find when we first opened in that market. So that's why we did it. I didn't know much about tacos other than the fact that I'm Mexican. But I was like, I want to eat tacos, and there was not enough taco shops that I could get tacos at. So I was like, I guess I'll have to open one.
Yeah, because it's like it's hard to find a.
We don't have that issue here, though. It's Austin.
Yeah, you don't have that issue here in Austin. But essentially, I don't have to be a Zapier expert. I can be a business owner, have an account, and here it is. It's already built in.
That's awesome.
Question.
Yeah.
So, do you need to give Zapier permission to the various
Yes.
tools that you have, and this does this
Absolutely.
coding for you basically?
It'll do the linking,
It'll do the linking.
but you have to provide it all of the inputs to do it.
Gotcha.
That's why we're not going to the next step.
Gotcha. This is just like, here's the blueprint. And then
Yep, because I said I would show case studies and showing this, and so here's our case study, tacos. Our case study is every one of us knows we're going to have to receive emails about the coupon specials about tacos, or the taco of the month, right? And that'll remind us to go to that taco shack and talk to our friends about tacos. And the more we talk about his taco shack in Pensacola, going, I don't know any places to go, but I do know a taco shack in Pensacola. Do we all realize that this is a brain tattoo about the taco shack?
Yep.
And so that is the reference, circular reference back to brain tattoos. Nice?
I like it. Yeah.
Okay, you're welcome.
Hopefully everybody drives 10 hours Pensacola.
You know what? Actually, it's only 160 round trip. I've been looking at it. Yeah.
Well, we're looking for locations to buy and take over an existing taco shop here. So if you know of a spot that's for sale, that's one.
Okay. Yeah, so. So, okay. So, right, let's see what the AI tool, I did modify some of the text in here because some of it was stupid. Let it go. Let's just say it is.
It's still getting better. It's still getting better.
Of course it's getting better. Oh, hi guys. No, it's cool. I just want to know what is your business and why you guys are here.
Oh, awesome.
And your name.
To learn a little more about the marketing and stuff like that, going into business.
Okay, got it. You're starting a business then.
Yeah, he's my husband, so it's important.
Awesome.
Awesome.
Can we grab some
Yep, come all the way down.
Yeah.
Yeah, I try to do examples based on people's businesses or what they do as a profession.
Oh, that's smart.
Yeah,
Thank you.
you're welcome. I just wanted to give you, like, catch you off guard. This is what I'm doing. So now you understand about the personalization. So that was one of the things there at automating the repetitive task. Obviously, we use apps to create things because how many of us want to export from the ordering system email, thank you, WordPress, da-da-da-da-da, figure out how to parse the CSV file to upload into MailChimp?
I have a question. Why is that better than make?
I'm just using it as an example. You can use either. So I was just I had that tab open, and my clients are using Zaps. You know, there's no. I'm actually tool agnostic. It's really about how do I save 10 to 20 hours. So if you're bringing me in as a fractional CMO or a marketing technologist, I'm creating solutions. And so for them, this solution was that. So nothing special. It's just this is what we're using. This is okay. So yeah. So it's more important to come up with a creative taco of the month. But we can even ask ChatGPT, give me a list of 50 tacos that would be good specials. Or actually, we should do 52 tacos because how many Taco Tuesdays are there in a year? 52. There's 52. You need 52 taco specials. Let's ask GPT. So this is content. So everybody wants to learn about how to do this?
Yeah.
Yeah. So figured this is important. All right, so I have it plugged into my Chrome browser, so I open ChatGPT. When you see, mine comes up a little bit different because I went ahead and installed the web ChatGPT click prompts. So I have a lot of other things because basically it's like I can create a lot of things really quick. So it has a database of prompts already in there, but I don't even need to use the prompts. Okay, give me 52 different Taco Tuesday specials. So here we are. It's thinking. Some of these you're probably not going to use because I don't think you do Korean barbecue tacos, but maybe you have a barbecue taco. Who doesn't like a good pork taco? I don't do bacon, but other people do. Duck taco sounds delicious. Let's stay away from the squirrel, though.
It's Florida.
Okay. Okay. So now let's go back in and create a. Let's do a Facebook. For each of those tacos with a suggested image prompt. Saving you a marketer.
So that'll give me like a shot list too, huh? With the image prompt.
Yeah. So here you go. Now we can.
You will have to manually post every week.
Well, I'm just going as like, here's the post, but he would schedule these. And now here's an image prompt if you don't have something there.
I can turn it over to like my social media manager and have them execute that plan.
Yeah. Yeah, or this is what your social media manager is doing and claiming he's working to a half a week.
Or $100,000 a month for
Yeah. So it's like it's like, so okay. That's why we as marketers, it's like do everything faster, better, cheaper, faster, better, cheaper, faster, better, cheaper. It was like, okay, fine. I'll do your social media plus your SEO plus give me some sales copy. We'll work on it. So yeah. So anyway, so that's an example of some of that stuff. Okay, so where are we? Okay, ChatGPT came up with these numbers. So anyway, this is what generative AI thinks it is. We have a 300% increase in growth of using AI tools. This number I do believe, because 3 years ago, we never talked about AI in marketing. Some of it was there, but I mean, yeah. And if you're not a marketer who's using AI tools today, you're probably out of a job. Just saying it. And so obviously I've actually been able to save my clients on marketing tasks because I no longer outsource to the Philippines. And I get more sleep. Because I don't have to follow up with all of those guys to figure out if they actually did the work they were supposed to do when I was supposed to be sleeping. This slide was completely generated by AI. So obviously we can go into the gobbledygook and here it is, but essentially you can streamline your marketing resources. So some people are better designers, so then they can use the AI tools for the other part. I am not a very good designer, therefore I use AI tools to create the imagery. Yes?
What tools, or examples of tools do you use like to create the imagery for your designs?
Oh, well, we can go back to the taco example.
Oh, okay. Okay, I thought you meant like the image prompt, but then do you put that prompt into any of these like AI image creators or stuff like that?
Yeah, and then also Canva has its own built-in image stuff in there, and so I can take out backgrounds, I can change things. There's a couple of other, I'll go to a tab that I had open. So, So, use Dolly for this prompt, and this is just going to be my starting prompt. It's going to be kind of lame because I didn't give it a style, I didn't give it whatever, but we can cut it cartoonish. Now you can also find out that the old version of Mickey, Snoopy, and some other characters we grew up with, actually that's not so bad.
Probably gotta do food.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
You know, this is interesting. I've been playing with Gemini, you know. Of course, Gemini as of right now.
Well, no, I can go to either one because I use both.
Yeah, what I'm saying is like, looks like I haven't been using ChatGPT much because, you know, they charge subscription and I was experimenting with the Gemini and the Bing AI and things like that. But the image that it has generated is a really good one, you know, like, and I think you are using the latest GPT 4.0, you know.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I wanted access also to all of the built-in things because we haven't talked about the GPTs yet.
Yeah, no, this is really good, because it's so fast it was able to generate it, you know.
Yeah, so let's open up I'm going to do another one here. And so you can then see, let's explore the GPTs. And we're going to do a marketing plan. You are a case study of the evening. I am going off presentation. So shall we do, let's see, a content marketing plan builder. That sounds good, right? Okay, fine, start chat. All right, keywords, themes. Create a marketing plan for a new Mexican restaurant that specializes, I can't spell, in unique, tacos. Let's see what it comes up with. There you go, define a brand, and this is the stuff that I would put in a proposal. So here you go. You're getting hash. You need to go on your online listings and optimize everything.
I got a little problem with all this.
Yeah.
It's hollow.
Oh yeah, you have to flesh it out.
I just think that there's going to be a super reliance. We are continuing to build things and praise things that lack depth. And it concerns me because this kind of stuff is nice. It's good to sell tacos, but there has to be an emphasis, I think, overall that this is still a very superficial surface tool.
It is. This is just your starting point,
Right.
like you're outlining things.
Right,
You're not, it's not the final deliverable.
right. Yeah.
And
Make
s-
that, right,
Yeah, you have to make that a distinction.
yeah.
And
Because if I saw this, I would throw it out the window.
No, but if he was on his
Right.
own and he's the only one and making the tacos.
Sure.
he
Well,
has-
that's where, yeah, there is value in that, the
I feel like
simplicity.
it's an enablement tool. It enables a lot of people to bring ideas to market that
It is.
they wouldn't have been able to before. So we're gonna start seeing all sorts of.
Yeah, but then you start getting a scenario where it's ubiquitous. I'm gonna start seeing the same shit everywhere. Then what
And we
value-
already-
Then what value are you bringing?
But I think uniqueness will always stand out, right?
Well, that's where, yeah,
You have to
as long as
tailor.
you push deeper.
Yeah, you have to push deeper, you have to go there. You know, everybody can understand.
Just an observation,
Yeah,
that's all I'm saying.
I
It's all
agree.
fair.
You go deeper where it is, but if he's the one behind the kitchen collecting the money, running, ordering the plates and everything else, he has no time. And
Fair.
so he has to come up with something quickly. The fact that he's even here to learn in this presentation,
I'm not
away,
criticizing. I created my own business from nothing.
yes,
I do the same thing, so I understand that plight. I'm also trying to defend the situation that if he relies on these tools and they don't actually deliver something with quality, and he gets overlooked because it's ubiquitous everywhere, he's gonna be at a fault. So that's all I'm saying.
Yeah, but ultimately, we have to, the experience for the ultimate product or service, that's what people talk about.
Fair.
So he's just trying to get some new eyeballs onto his business so people will try him out.
Right.
And then ultimately, it'll be his reputation management.
And probably 50% of the taco shops aren't doing any marketing at all, so.
Exactly.
But then again, if this tool's everywhere, more will.
Right, so if you're not using them, then you fall behind, right? So it's like building your arsenal.
I'm just making a point.
Yeah, no, I mean,
Your
I-
point
so
was-
it- it-
Break this down
it's a
further
good
if you
topic.
want. Yeah.
Moving on,
We're leaving
going
it.
back.
I'm closing at 8. I'm
Yeah.
just letting everybody know.
Sorry about that. Sorry.
It's okay.
No, that was a good point, you know, like,
Yeah.
in fact,
No, it
I
is a
see
good point.
different way, you know, like what you said, it has both sides. So for me, I started my own company, like I said earlier, and I don't have much money to start with, but I needed a website. So I used Gemini, put all the prompts, I said, this is my company, this is what we do, and I need everything for the website. And it is live now. If you go, everything is by the AI. And Gemini did it for me, but then comes your point. I feel like, you know, this is not something that if I would have taken time and written by myself, because that's not a personal touch. At least it get me off the start right now, and I can test with it, play with it, you know, I can
And
go
to
by
her
six
point,
by
it's
six.
you're getting something out
Okay,
there.
Exactly, exactly.
Yeah, so let's move on, because I'm doing the same thing and I'm redoing it in Wix, so, okay.
And I'm a web developer, and then I bring it all into WordPress, so, and write the content, so it's very original.
Right, so I'm transferring my site from WordPress to Wix, but that's another story,
Yeah.
that I do all
I'll have to
the,
hear about it.
oh no, it's just that I've been selling more Wix sites lately. Wix is better for the smaller local businesses, and they don't want to be on HubSpot because that's too expensive and Wix is affordable. It really comes down to it, so I'm using it as an example because I also have other WordPress sites that I'm there. I also know Drupal. It's like, okay, it is what it is. Yeah.
You know, Drupal.
I do.
Does anybody do Drupal anymore?
There are some.
Because I know Drupal too.
Yeah, it's usually the back end of a community system that's aged. And I hate it, yes, sir.
Do you use it or do you customize it? Drupal also?
No, I've actually used it and I've had to customize it because it's sometimes their sales community or they're using it for something else. And it's usually in a B2B, in an offsite, like you have to be either a customer portal or sales enablement portal. It's in those portal things that happen to be Drupal, and some of them are legacy and they just keep building. So, but yeah, I'm not building any websites in Drupal.
Me neither.
And I can guarantee you the taco, if I will go like, if you were doing a Drupal-based website. So anyway, so here are some analyzing trends. We got all of that. There's a lot of AI tools to do it. I just wanted to, like, just out of curiosity, here's a beginner's guide to AI and SEO. I'm a big fan of SEMrush. I should have probably put in this presentation my affiliate link for SEMrush, because if you hire me, we're definitely doing a lot of SEMrush. Hello.
What is that?
It's a tool that most people use for link building and search engine optimization, so I use it also to get data on competitor websites, especially in ad copy. I can see what all the ads are, both in Google, Facebook, other places. There's a couple of SEMrush there. And also, they seem to be a collection. So they've actually bought products that used to be in other startups and then put them into their ecosystem. So chances are you can find some of these products on your own and pay less, but they all have free trials. And once you get hooked, you can add it on. So it's a Luby's library feature of things. So that's what I say. It's like, we can use that, we can do this, we can do that. But hey, they have the AI social content generator. That's only $35 a month, but you could also do the $20 a month from ChatGPT and plug in a couple of things. So there's also, I like their blogs. So here's like 57 tools to try in 2024. It's always up to date. I can go back in. This will be a LinkedIn post for later in the week that I get to share. So here we are for all of those who don't get into this presentation. SEMrush/blog/best-AI tools. Go through the list for your specialty of what SEMrush thinks, and ultimately, the best tool to use in AI for all of these things is SEMrush. Because it's an SEMrush blog, but it does have some input. I do like their blog. So, going back. We're going back, guys. So, going back into this slideshow that was generated by AI. AI thinks the next thing is AI and content generation. We explained and we showed how it is. We can also use it to monitor, because it does generate Python code. Yeah, I'm seeing some of the coders here. We can take a look at the campaign performance. And so I can take in the data from Google Analytics. I can take in the data from AdWords. We can figure out things and adjust it. And it's also being built into these tools. So if you go into Google AdWords now, you actually have Gemini helping you with your AI campaign, even in the expert mode. So, oh, okay, I forgot to take that out. So, so easy. Because this is kind of funny, and I don't want this that button in the presentation. So, anyway. The question is, whoever's programming this, does it have morals? So whoever's programming your large language model hopefully has some ethics and morals. I really don't want it to have 3 different ballerina legs, and I definitely don't want to have how shall I say, Shiva porn. So, what are the applications that I like doing with AI? I'll be honest, sometimes I'm so stressed out. And I like doing all of the content generation to make t-shirts. So I can have the print t-shirts on demand. I did not create this t-shirt. I wish I did. I will be stealing this concept. But anyway, the thing is like, you're using this as an enablement tool. Before we used Abacus, now we use calculators. Now your calculator is built into your phone with everything else. How many of us just use our phones for making phone calls? That's what I thought. The real thing is watching what you spend on all of these apps. I can tell you right now, depending on which clients I have to call SEMrush and say, no longer working with this client, I need this feature turned off. Because it gets pricey fast. So you want to make sure you're always on the budget. How many of you guys are familiar with Gemini? Actually, we should talk about that. How many of you guys have never seen Gemini? Let me rephrase that. Raise your hands if okay, maybe you guys just hadn't recognized it yet?
Does it just come up on Google?
Yeah, so
yeah, I've seen that. I mean, I use ChatGPT and Perplexity and Claude. Those are the 3.
Gemini has been for a while.
Yeah.
It's been around.
Well, no, Gemini in terms of search. So we'll do infrared. I think that's how you do it. Blanket health benefits. Okay, so our infrared blanket's good for you because we have that. Okay, so, okay, da-da-da-da, that wasn't very good, so.
I think it's more prominent on mobile.
Yeah.
Mobile search.
Yeah, those are-
Yeah, well, there it is.
Is that it?
Some of it is, I mean, I'm thinking it's the, whatever here, so.
I think they blocked it after, it suggested people to put their pizza.
Try this on Chrome. Try this on Chrome. Let's go Firefox.
Okay. Yeah, but basically, we're gonna take. So, all right, going back to the presentation. We're going back. Let's see what it generated next. And I changed the pictures here, so I wanted to say, hey, I wanted to put at least something there, but obviously, these are practical applications in marketing, customer segmentation, predictive analytics, and the personalization. I didn't disagree with what it came up with. I just didn't have time to make it into bullet points. So we haven't talked much about the chatbots yet. So how many chatbots are you making for everybody?
It's only one, and it's very specific. It has an access to your database. So you have a list of clients, you have a list of products or orders, and you give ChatGPT access to your database. That's the interesting part. So you can ask, what is the name of my last customer? How many sales I had last month? And it can give you the answer. So it's not like a chatbot for users. It's not more for owner of things.
Okay. So basically, there's a whole slide on this, but you can either get a custom chatbot or you can get an out-of-the-box chatbot, but they're out there and they're using AI, essentially. And we have a couple of people who implement them daily. So obviously, yeah, we're going to go into here. Okay, let's just go to the future trends because I got 3 minutes, and then I'm going to show you how I made this presentation.
All right.
Cool.
So obviously, future trends is anything and everything you put on the web, especially if it's public. Guess what? Somewhere, it's going to be in a CRM, and they're going to use that data for you. Whether you like Rage Against the Machine or Keith Urban, or if you're an Alabama fan. What is the University of Florida? I forget what the Gators. If you're a Gators fan, they'll find out. You'll get a personalization. It's Gators Watch Party. Get a Gator taco. Yeah, I mean, they have gators there. I'm wondering if you can buy them at the market, and I'll eat alligator.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, I know you can do it. But yeah, and so essentially coming up with some of these things. Also, in some of the trends is, for one of my recent clients, and when I built their website, there's all those AI tools, and so I was able to take a selfie picture that she did, and we put her into a different outfits. So that's actually, here. Yeah. This is one of many tools. So if you love that suit that Elon Musk or Iron Man has, you can find the most stunning outfit that our Democratic presidential candidate has, and I don't have to buy it. I can just put my face on it. And it looks like I went shopping at her store. Who needs to get, a Gucci when you can go get a picture of someone using a Gucci.
It feels different, it's very different.
Hey, I want to put all of my resources in my business, not in the Gucci bag. I'd rather have a sailboat, honestly. So, other tools, headshots, so definitely using it for headshots. You can create avatars based on things.
So you can do that all in Remaker and you can have an AI talking photo. Cool.
Oh yeah. And this is just one of many tools. So, what I'm going to show you here, that way, before I share the slides, I'll clean it up a little bit, that way they're available, but now everybody in this room and everybody on live knows that I used an AI tool to generate this presentation. So, I am going into slides.google. I hope you
Thank you
enjoy.
so much. It was so nice to meet you. Thank
Nice to
you.
meet you. Follow up with me if you want
I
to.
will, yes, I'll connect.
Okay.
What's the name of the red light blanket?
It's a Beam Blanket, BEAM. Beam-wellness.com. That's where we sell. Bye, everyone. Bye.
Okay. So here we are. We got Gemini built into here. What I did here was I got add-ons or extensions. Come on. Where are my extensions? Okay. There we go. There we go. I just needed to do it this way. So, I'm using a tool. I also use Prezi. So we're going to do a new presentation with Plus AI. And this is a plugin. I do pay for a little bit of a service. So we're going to do a user prompt. We're going to call it a training. I'm going to choose a template. Obviously, I used this one before, but let's make it a little different. Let's make it fun. Build a slide deck for middle school students to create a Python chatbot using AI. We'll do generate an outline. It's geared, we'll see how well it does, because all of you guys who are technical, this is why I have to put middle school, because therefore you speak to me in chatbot language at a middle school level, because I have to remember my Python. I have not programmed as a professional in Python in probably 10, 15 years, but I can still read bad code. I can find an error. You know, so here it is. Title slide, welcome, ... Yep. Every good thing ends with a quiz. This all looks good.
Are we going to have one here too?
No. We're working on a presentation. We'll be back to you in a minute.
Really?
Yeah.
And this is in,
This is a plug-in to Google Slides. It's an extension. So you can take a look at the extensions. I also incorporate Gemini with extensions that. I also like the free image and GIF generator. That's where I was getting SpongeBob. Who doesn't love a presentation with SpongeBob? Come on, SpongeBob SquarePants. What?
You can't beat it.
You can't beat it. There's other things. I probably could have done the whole Marvel theme, but I don't feel like being Black Widow today. So yeah, while it's actually building the presentation, how many of you guys enjoyed this presentation? Did it meet your expectations. Yeah. So obviously, there's other things that we did not talk about, how to use it for research. Okay, cool. It looks like it's done. Let's go into the film strip. Here we are. Let's take a look at it. It gives me a date, gave me an agenda. It's a little bit small on the print, but let's go on the slideshow so everybody can read this, including me. So it got the information that it's at a middle school level. At least the branding looks good for middle school. You know, here it is. It created that little diagram. Why Python? At least I know the name. Yep, it needs an input, it needs to process something, it needs an output. That sounds good for a chatbot, yep. Tells you where to go download Python. There you go. Now we talk about training. So we can create. I, as a marketer, can finally always wanted to create my own interactive choose your own adventure game. Yes, that's why I was actually interested in chatbots, because now I can create my little interface game, because, you know, how many of us played King's Quest? I'm a Gen Xer. So, yeah. That was basically, essentially what I'm creating here. So now we test it. We have features. Yep. All of a sudden, I am now an expert trainer. I can come in front because I guarantee you some of these coders in the room will not want to talk to 8th graders. So they will send me to represent their software company and doing, yes, we're doing a social good campaign. We trained it, you know, and the marketing. We sent our marketing person to go interact and teach chatbots to kids. And don't you want to work with us?
Yes.
Okay, so let's see, is there anything else that I want to really hear? You know, basically, this is also really good there. You know, you just basically start somewhere and scale up. I didn't, other things that I didn't get to the presentation because I got a little bit weighed on is like how you would take a URL from anything on YouTube and parse it into little bite-sized clips. That's another example I can do right now. Is there anything else that you guys want to see in the next?
Can you show us that now?
No, yeah, I just wanted to make sure that it was
We got like 10 minutes left.
Okay, do you have anything that you recommend showing these people? Because you're an expert more so than I am.
No, I think it's been great.
Okay. Yeah, because obviously we can write it to blogs. I mean, your middle school kids, how many of you have kids in middle school? Yeah, I'm guarantee you they're using ChatGPT to write their papers.
They should be.
Exactly. Yeah. So if you don't feel comfortable, ask your middle schooler, and they'll show you the basics. And so a lot of this is just sitting down and playing. So one of the tools that I use is, sure, let's go to Video AI. Let's hit New Project. I am actually working with this company, so let me go youtube.com, efficient AC. I'm picking up one of their videos. Okay, so here's a 3-minute video. This is one of my clients. I got permission. So one of the things that their YouTube ad campaign needs is portrait, and all of their existing videos are landscape. You don't think about this, but in the YouTube ads that you see on your phone, the portrait. And so, let's go take this here. I don't have time because I'm doing a million other things for him. Let's see what clips it generates.
So you just stuck the YouTube URL in there?
Yep. So it's processing. 3% done, it'll be done really quickly. Here's one that I did for somebody else, mostly because I wanted to figure out what they were saying. So you can take any YouTube video. Oh, but actually I can also do this in here. And I have another plugin here where I should probably do it for a longer form video. So we were talking about Gateway Church. I will be pushing some Christianity. Just bear with me. Bear with me. Gateway Church, Austin. Let's make sure we get to the right one. Yep. So, yeah, this one's a good one. Here's the full service, blah, 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 blah. So here's the transcript. Voila. Here's the summarized video button into ChatGPT. And I'm just doing it right now. It's took the whole hour-long video. Now, this is just a sermon because it was basically there, but you can basically get the summary of any long-form video. So if you don't have time to go listen to those videos that you want to, now you have the cliff notes for everything you've ever wanted to watch. You have your own cliff note generator.
What's the plugin? Like when you pulled up on the YouTube, I saw that transcript and summary.
Mm-hmm. It's GLASP.
GLASP?
Yes.
So if you put that plugin on your YouTube video, on your YouTube channel, when you...
No, into your Chrome browser.
See, I don't use Chrome.
It's okay. They have other things, but just in this one, it has it here.
Okay.
Yeah. So obviously, Grammarly has AI built into it. Let's go back in and check to see how video, okay, it generated 8 clips out of that 3-minute video. Let's go look at the 8 clips. You guys interested?
Sure.
So here we are. It already did the text like you're so used to seeing. The text already there, highlighted bubbles. I guarantee you actually need to read the video and see how it wrote it, because I can tell you it's not a very good speller. Spell check was not built into this AI tool.
No.
And you get page-based comments and get more engagement.
As you wish. But before you turn it into the VP of marketing of this thing,
Right.
you want to make sure. So let's see. Do we have? Oh, I guess I don't have sound turned on. But that doesn't look bad.
Is it able to like understand the positioning of who's speaking and actually, okay.
It does. So this is the founder. Here's he talking in this another part of the video. Here's 37 seconds of seeing the CEO. That's actually not a bad clip to promote.
No.
But as I said, nickel and dime. You've seen me use SEMrush. You've seen me use Zapier. You've seen me use ChatGPT. You've seen me do this. And so you can. I also pay for Canva. So you see where I'm definitely doing a barbed wire and duct tape to make my job easier. But at the same time, we did not have to have an in-house editor. I do know how to use iMovie and other editing tools. But, also CapCut does a pretty good job as well, if you take a long form and do this. But I just like I like being able to plug in a URL and do this, so that way I don't have to download it. I don't have to download and upload. And I'm probably sure that the coders in the room will say, okay, put in a spreadsheet. Here in this Google Sheet of YouTube videos, then you have a Zap to go here. Somebody's going to make my life even easier. Okay, so with that, I'm going to stop my presentation because it's now 7:59. Going back to our presentation. Thank you for your time. We're going back to our presentation. You got an overview in 45 minutes of, hopefully I satisfied all of your needs in AI.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And feel free to connect with me on LinkedIn. Just let me know that you were here, and I'm happy to chat for 15 minutes anytime. We can schedule it if you guys had follow-up questions.
I have one question about like this content generation. So for example, let's say the PowerPoint slide that I generated, and if I use it for the enterprise use, for example, how do I know that I'm not infringing on somebody else, copyright or trademark by chance?
You don't.
Yeah.
You don't. That's why you have to still go back in and use that as an outline, as a first starting point. It's like, oh, thank God it organized some stuff for me. I have brain fog because I went out on 6th Street and I listened to a whole bunch of music. So I still have to show up to work today and put this presentation together. Okay, I have this outline. Here's my first draft.
Let me ask you this. Is there AI tool to check that?
Well, there are.
I'm just getting more lazy now, but is there?
Yeah, there are AI tools to figure out that this is not generated by AI.
This is helpful, thank you.
That's another service that you can pay for.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all these tools that I'm going, it's like, thank you very much. I'm waiting for SEMrush to have it all. Let's catch up and have coffee. I hope I was entertaining.
No, that's really good. Yeah.
Thank you.
So that's interesting. Do you charge a markup on websites or no? But then after that, like, do you charge like a hosting fee or any type of like an ongoing service fee? Okay. What if you could pretend that you could sort of white label your own website or something? Okay.
That's too many tutorials for certain people, but they just do not have the time, energy, effort to build an advanced website.
Right. Especially the home services folks. I imagine they don't.
Yes, I wish it would have left any website.
That's where CMS is.
Yeah.
So,
But we see,
yeah, they're classification.
yeah.
I don't know, so you guys would do it.
Yeah.
Take a picture.
Yeah, well,
So let me ask you, okay, first of all, thank you for this wonderful presentation. And I know you had some rattling news before this one.
I just wanted to apologize.
No. I don't think it's Thank you for that. And then I should teach your profile in the marketing. So I have a question that you were saying that, some of these AI tools can also be for how you optimize your
Yeah, the analytics side. I didn't really highlight some of the analytics because
But is it like at the individual channel level, or is it combined from multiple channels? Sorry.
and then some tools kind of comes into the program. Like I'm going with the analytic tools within like the Google Ad system.
And what kind of analytics it brings? What kind of analytics it brings? What kind of analytics it's using?
If you use a website,
Dashboard, responding to different things.
no, I mean sales.
Okay, I thought one of you guys was the analytics guy, so, yeah, it basically.
Did they show your like ad performance? What tool is that?
Well, if you go back to the SEO.
SEMrush?
So
you can cross the platforms
go back to
or
that
you
blog
stick
post,
to anything.
check the different tools out and see which one works for you. Because I don't think, like the guy who said, it was like, why aren't you using it instead of that? I don't want to, I'm tool agnostic. so-
SEMrush, I like that word, tool agnostic. I mean, this word, you have to be there, right?
Yeah, but it's like a tool agnostic, that's why I
Yeah, I guess that's a
refer you
big
to that blog
shift.
post, and then from there you figure out what you need. Because without a bigger discussion on what your needs are, I don't want to recommend.
No, you're right. Oh, sure, no. And does it even knows by chance? Maybe I'm just modeling up to that level, or, again, I can do my research. Okay, yeah, thank you, that helps.
Yeah.
Like I'm in sales right now, and I do like help like training startups to like.
I keep that, I'm gonna take a look at this.
Like they are they like help my sales be better using like.
Maybe I'll switch
I would basically use what you're looking at. Sure. Hardly ever a first LinkedIn. It's like your fifth or sixth LinkedIn to get to the bottom of it. And then you're doing the third campaigns afterwards. So setting up all of that content because who cares if those are generated? It's going to be a 3 to 7 sentence email that you're using and following up with. And then it has different parameters. Yeah. Sports team, whatever, and you have it plugged into the CRM and pull up. Just But it just makes it look a little more personal. I personally goes off to the CRM to set up the drips on LinkedIn. That's what I recommend people that has enough numbers.
What's in it?
Because most people don't want to deal with spreadsheets, but if you like spreadsheets and you like going to that route, for some of this stuff. Yeah, so on the CRM, it helps set up all.
Yeah, I'm his producer.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah. Okay, yeah.
I really appreciate the presentation.
You haven't been on our show, right? You got it on our show. Okay, yeah.
I really wish that you go more into like research and marketing. What tool that you use for like research?
I'm actually going back to the chat to I'm asking it to do all these different queries.
So like for example, if you have a very specific niche, say company that
So he's kind of taking over the
research all of the user profiling, how would you do that? Like,
Creating like a customer profile.
yeah, because like ChatGPT is mostly like on the surface only. They don't have connection with those like third-party information.
Some of it does when you have the paid versions.
Okay.
And then there's always the other versions that pull out data information like there's other websites that you can download.
Cloud, that's a really good tool, like, it's hard to tell, like Gemini, you can tell it's chat,
All of it, so that's
Did you get Zola on Neil by chance? Have you been Zola?
What's the process of doing that? So I know that for marketing you have to get to like a white space on the market, like comparing to competitors, figure around what product that the user needs. So like what's your process of doing that?
Not very much time. Visually, so there's probably Gen Xers, or Gen Y. And so then you go in and then you start to figure out backwards. Yeah, like you said. And then you look at all the segmentation
You said you websites using it really depends on like.
It'd be more like if you staff members that use It looks like the streamline I didn't capture specific copies.
No problem.
Yeah, so I didn't really get, I wasn't prepared for the intro questionnaire, so I sort of mumbled my way through it, but.
It was just so I could figure out how to create examples.
Got it. Well, I've been a software engineer for a long time, but I've worked in ad tech most of that time, and I'm trying to start my own company, but I don't want to be a marketer necessarily. So I've been working with this white label tool that's called High Level. Are you familiar with that? You haven't heard of it?
I've heard of it.
Okay, yeah, I was going to say, it's like HubSpot, but you customize, right? You make it your own. So, like if I was your HubSpot customer, I wouldn't go directly to High Level. You would have to come through someone. Which is why I was curious, like if you sold anything like that, or like offered revenue type.
I have different other people like Yext and other things. So yeah, it's a good way of doing it.
Yeah, it is. It's really challenging, and one of the things I wanted to actually ask you about was a little bit in the weeds, but I've got a client where I'm trying to build out basically a lead generation campaign. I apologize if you take too much of your time to send me down.
No, it's okay. We just have to be out of here by 8:30 this room.
Okay. All right, great. So maybe a minute or two.
Ads canvas front.
I was just hoping maybe I could tell you about the right track. So, my client is a residential furniture marketer.
Okay.
So their sales cycle is very long.
Okay.
It could be 3 months roughly from first contact to closing sale. And like you were saying, you have to like follow up with organic content, emails, et cetera, et cetera. So I'm trying to build this thing out for them, and I'm not really a marketer. Is that something that you can work with?
Yeah.
So how would we maybe work together? Do you have like a...
I just do a package of hours.
Okay.
And then I get to have a better scope of what you're looking for, and then make sure that they're not in conflict with any of my clients' sites. Foundation repair shouldn't be a problem.
My client's in North Texas anyway.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. All right, cool. So yeah, I'll definitely capture your contact information, and I'll send you an email.
Okay, and then also connect with me on LinkedIn.
Oh yeah, sure. In fact, I can just do that, and then I'll be in touch. Are these the parking lots? Can I grab one of those?
Just in case I need it for later.
Yeah, that's great. So I've been in the process of setting up a drip campaign. I created a lead magnet. And the deal I've got with my client is they'll give me a commission based on how much sale that they make. So there's no ceiling on the deal. But I know that I'll waste a ton of money if I don't do it. So I'm looking for someone that can help me with that.
Yeah, I'm happy to help.
Okay, great.
I usually like work. I usually.
Let me see if anybody else has
Can I correct you on this?
That's a business pleasure. Yeah. 850 5926.
What kind of section do you work
Yeah, send this
Yeah,
video.
it's like.
Do you work at dealer?
No, I'm not saying. I mean, I would like develop software or something can self-promote. Thank you so much.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
That's exactly what.
the project that we have, initially we want to target marketing people, those people that do
Hey, I mean,
because we
find
are
the
able
right
to like
information.
aggregate all the internet information and then give them that information. So we thought that we
No, well, I mean, I run an
like
IT
more
company,
marketing
so
people,
he
see
decides
like how they work and how they
because
solve the
I mean,
problem.
you know, that's how the market works, especially in my
Yeah,
industry.
that's just the stuff.
What kind of IT you guys? You know, it's an MSP, so everything from like local to cabling to, scaling up infrastructure.
You guys mostly work with companies.
Things like that. That's just more for fun for
So, but I mean, I'm not opposed to it.
Yeah, I think as someone as experienced like you, when you look at
Everybody
the product,
needs
you always know, what to look for, so you don't really need like.
Yeah, I mean, mainly, I guess,
like on like